All right. So I do want to say this about voting in general. If you think your vote doesn't count, if you don't cast it, you're absolutely right. It won't count. That's the only way it won't count, if you don't cast it. So you must vote. And we must do whatever we can to protect our right to vote. It is under attack. Be sure of that. We must do what we can to protect our right to vote. So today we're here to talk about Proposition 50. And I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Irene Pinkard. Basically, we have information. It is an initiative created to counter activity that's happening basically in Texas. That's where it started. And then this initiative in California was designed to counter that. Now, there are also counters going on all over the nation back and forth. But don't let that fool you. We need some counters. Okay. So I'm going to turn it over now to Dr. Pinkard.
Thank you, Jackie. Let me say first that this is informational, as the pastor said, not to sway you one way or the other, but give you information so you can make an educated vote. Some of you have already voted, and you're here so you can give information to others. And there are handouts that you can give to other people who haven't voted. The Congress has two chambers, the Senate and the House, and what we're working on, or what they're talking about, is the districts, which is the House. Each state has 2 senators representing the state equally, and then the U.S. House has approximately 411 to 435 votes. The voting seats represent districts. The Senate seats don't go by population. The House of Representatives has districts that go by population, by the number of people. Those are the district changes that are being suggested by the election rigging response. And it's named that because it's a counter to what was requested by the president of Texas. We are one of about 10 or 11 states that have a redistricting committee. Texas doesn't have a redistricting committee. The redistricting committee are representatives, individuals like you and I, who sit and decide what the districts should be. The districts represent the people in their area. The rigging response, the redlining, which is sometimes called by Texas, is being drawn to make sure that specific people are in those districts to elect people that will support the administration that we have. Ours only goes on population, and what we changed was what this proposition is suggesting is that we change the redistricting to counter what Texas is doing so that it will include more Democratic votes, just like Texas is rewriting theirs to have more Republican votes. Any questions so far? Okay. So every state has at least one representative, and the apportionment occurs after each census. This is a mid-year change because the census was from 20 to 2030. We're in 25. So for 5 years, this would change, and it would only be temporary. This is not to be a permanent change, but a temporary change from the time the vote is taken and whatever happens, it will go to 30, then it will revert back to the redistricting committee that we have elected individuals to represent us. So we are looking at the timing of when they decided they wanted to have redistricting in Texas. The timing was because there's going to be a midterm election. So consequently, they want people in specific districts to be elected because you can do more with the people in favor of you in the Congress when they have elections, and they won't have the stalling or the people fighting back, specifically as we have it now, because the government is closed because they don't have enough people to just do what they want to do. That's basically what this is about. Do you want to leave it like it is, or do you want to give us a chance, or people a chance, to have their own person representing them who live in their district? Example, Texas is the largest majority state in the union, which means it has more minority people in the district, that in their population, than most states. But who represents them? Do the people who represent them look like them, or will they look like them with the redistricting? That's what this is about, the districts who elect people who will have their interests at heart when they vote. Okay, if you look at the card, you have the reasons why you should vote yes, and the reasons why you should vote no. We have put the supporters of the yes, so you know who those people are, you know their background, and you can make an assessment. And we have the supporters of the no on the back, so you can know who they are and make an assessment of what you think. Any questions? That's basically what we wanted to tell you. Someone has a question? Okay. Yes. Reverend Noel.
If the committee that California already has a responsibility to look at the neighborhood and have the proper representation from that neighborhood, how are they able to do otherwise? Other than, yeah, I mean, because that's going to be the legal thing. Because if we win, once we win, they're going to come back and say what we did was illegal. And what I'm asking for, it sounds like it's already illegal if Texas has more minorities, and yet it's primarily a state for them. Yeah. So I'm just saying, how are we going to be protected?
Texas and California have two different systems, first of all. Okay, the states don't have the same rules. So, and Texas was able to just by their legislature just go ahead and take care of this, do this. And you may have seen where they were holding people hostage and all that sort of thing. Okay, in California, our way of doing this is actually putting it on the ballot. So we are taking the legal route to get it done, and it reverts back. After this is just a temporary, it's written as a temporary fix, if you will, okay? So it will revert back to where we were. Well, if I just want to say this about Schwarzenegger challenging, why didn't he go to Texas and challenge that illegality? So, I think so. Again, this is a temporary response to an action, okay? So as to revert back to the system that we have, and hopefully if we get people of integrity into our positions, they will hold and do right. That's where, that's, okay.
And the main thing is that California has gone to the people and asking, would you approve this change? That's the best thing about what we're doing, is that we're going to the people, and the people will decide, yes, you can do it for 5 years, or no, you can't. Texas just decided, like Jackie said, they'll just do it. So you call the governor and you tell him this is what we need. It's just like saying I need 10,000 more votes, and you do it. So it's may come into a legal challenge, but we have been doing it legally. Or California has been doing it legally. Okay.
Any more questions? I guess go out and vote.
It's some facts about no. You want some more facts about no, and some bipartisan no and yes, and some facts about yes. So we have everything here from both sides and a nonpartisan one. Also, if you look in your statewide special election booklet, it will explain and give you the pros and cons, which are basically what we've been saying here. But sometimes people don't read all this.
Amen.
And so we're here to put it on paper and make it simplify it so that you can have it simplified so you can determine. Thank you for being here. Yes.
I just want to say one thing that I know the governor we had, you know what he did when COVID went on? Other states were borrowing from us because he took care of us. Governor Newsom, I mean, nobody's perfect, but he's still a good governor. And so I would say just please follow his proposition the way you think you should.
Amen. Amen. Give Sister Irene and Sister Jackie a big hand. We want to thank you ladies so much for educating us. We appreciate it. Now it's your turn. Go out and vote. Amen. Y'all have a blessed Sunday afternoon.